Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on the most testing transit of this year of 2026, which is going to be the transit of the planet Mars in the Pisces sign, which will happen on April 2nd. And from April 2nd till May 10th, Mars is going to be in the Pisces sign. But the catch over here is that during this transit, it is going to get conjunct with planet Saturn over there. Now friends, it's not like a big revelation. I'm sure that any person right now who is going to be very much updated regarding the geopolitical event, current affairs, would be knowing that what is right now happening in the world with this ongoing issue happening with US, Israel and Iran, which has also spiked the oil prices. So whether you are like directly getting affected with this war or not, but the oil prices is definitely going to be impacting you, your country, your monthly bills. So I mean to say, amidst all of that, this transit, because Mars is the chief planet of violence, of aggression, this transit and this conjunction happening in the Pisces, which is the actual sign of the deep water, is a very alarming transit. So friends, just because I do astrology professionally, I breathe astrology. So whatever is happening in the world, or whenever I come across any sensationalized, any kind of alarming kind of news, I immediately look at that why this event happened right now, where the planets are transiting, what could have triggered this event. So the way I mentioned this thing, friends, of 2026, this is actually going to be the most extreme transit. During this time, any news, anything can happen. So after this, because next sensitive, alarming time period will come when Saturn in its transit will move to the Aries sign. But of 2026, friends, this is going to be the most alarming phase. See guys, we are right now living in a time and age where the attention span of people is very volatile. Like there was the time when, like, ever since Donald Trump has presided over as the president of US, there was that time when he was like pressing for Canada to become the 51st state. Then came the Epstein issue, then came the Greenland issue. So what I'm trying to say over here is that the world will also get over with this kind of event which is happening right now. But the next 2 months are going to be the extreme. It is actually going to be carrying the extreme impact. Now, in which way it is going to be impacting the whole world? So the maritime or the naval warfare, there is a high possibility of that to happen. Along with that, industrial, chemical accident, spike in the oil prices. So all those possibilities are there. Whatever we see in the news, I'm not only talking about the Fox, I'm talking about CNN as well. So whatever you see right now where there have been that news that as per updated to this point when I'm recording this video, that now US is also planning to put the foot on ground as well, soldiers on the ground as well. And the way it has been saying that one of the island in the Iran, like US is targeting that, and there have been many discussion where people are speculating, like, is US will be left with no option other than using a major weapon, which could be a nuclear weapon as well. So all that possibility cannot be ruled out. This is the extreme pressure point of this year of 2026. And friends, like, whenever these kind of incidents happen, this actually give you a faith in the astrology, right? All those skeptics of astrology which say that all the astrological predictions are just vague, they don't have a water. See, even if you have a basic knowledge, you can definitely correlate things which are happening right now. Pisces is the sign of the deep water. Like Saturn, if transiting in the Pisces, Saturn creates problem over there. Saturn, which represents the things which comes out of the ground, oil prices. Mars coming over there. Mars in itself represents violence. It represents fire. So this could be a case that the oil fields might be targeted by the nations against each other. So all that possibility is going to be there. Now friends, when we shift our attention to our personal lives, so over there as well, friends, there's a kind of a alarming kind of energy, because you have to understand that all the zodiac signs have their own nature, their own personality. Like Aries has something to offer to you, Taurus, Libra, Scorpio, Capricorn, everything, all these zodiac signs have something to offer. But when we talk about Pisces, it is there just to take things away from you. Like this could be through charity, this could be through sacrifice, this could be through surrender. So, and when Mars and Saturn, like the two arch enemies, are going to be operating on this battlefield, so in whichsoever house in your natal chart the Pisces energy is falling in, you will be forced in order to release something in that specific area. There's going to be that war zone which will impact you. This could be the war between the emotions. This could be like some people will also feel very compassionate during this time. So energy of sacrifice, compassion, scandal, controversy, losses, investments is going to be looming and impacting all of our lives. So friends, before we will get into the customized discussion, like the way I have already made this thing very clear, I am not a motivational speaker and this is not a very positive or healthy transit. So don't expect me to say something very nice to you when the overall look and feel of the transit is not that healthy, right? So if you will go by the classics, friends, so the way it has been mentioned that the transit of the planet Mars, most of the malefic planets like Mars, Saturn, Rahu, from the moon, 3rd house, 6th house, 11th house is generally considered as good. But during this time, it comes with a catch, because Mars, although it is going to be transiting in the sign of its very good friend Jupiter in the Pisces, but because of that hostility with Saturn, Mercury is also going to be there, briefly Sun is going to be there. So yes, in the domain of the Pisces, there is lot of the turbulent energy which you might experience in this period of time. Which all people will experience it the most? So let's say for example, if you are right now in the dasha of a planet which is placed in the Pisces sign, or this could be a case that for example Mars is active in your dasha, or your ascendant is of Aries, of Scorpio, then it is going to be impacting you more. When we talk about remedy, friends, so during this time, the best remedy which we can think of for the Pisces has only to do with the charity, with the donation. So all the Mars connected entity, this could be red lentils, like for certain people this could be the blood donation as well, or like in any of the Lord Hanuman's temple, you can offer the sweets in the Lord Hanuman's temple. In the daily prayers, friends, I would say that recitation of the Bajrang Baan, Sankat Mochan Hanuman Ashtak, Hanuman Chalisa, Sundarkand, and if you are actually going through some health related concern, even recitation of the Hanuman Bahuk shall be prioritized. Friends, not Hanumanji, Mars has got additional 3 aspects as well. The 4th aspect of the planet Mars, which in this transit is going to be impacting the Gemini sign. Over there you will see much of the reinforcement, because Jupiter is already transiting over there, right? So that means the Gemini attributes is something where you will see the consolidation, you will see the protection. When we talk about the Virgo, you will see a lot of the heated energy which will get experienced in the domain of the Virgo, because it is in the direct line of the fire. Like the way what is happening, like Iran is retaliating against US via bombing Saudi Arabia, Qatar and other places. So that is going to be the case with the Virgo. There is a famous saying that in the fight of the rich people, the poor farmer get affected. So yeah, Virgo is going to be receiving the heat from the Mars and the Saturn. And Libra, again friends, the 8th aspect of the planet Mars is never considered as very good. It is transformative, but there is a lot of the heated energy which comes over there. So even in the domain of the Libra, you have to be very cautious. So again friends, now after this, let's briefly look at that based on all the rising signs, how it is going to be impacting you. So when we talk about the Aries natives, so friends, for the Aries, Mars is your ascendant lord, and now it is going to be transiting in your 12th house. It is going to be in the influence of the Saturn, briefly with Sun and with Mercury as well. See, when Mars was there in your 11th house, it was in the influence of the Rahu as well, right? So health was a concern, but I am sure that it would have fulfilled many of your wishes as well. For the attainment of the ambition, progress, elevation in the life, 11th house, Rahu to a certain extent is capable of giving that. But yeah, when we talk about the character building or the health, it is not a very supportive sign. But now friends, it is going to be a very challenging kind of time. Especially, I have been repeatedly saying this thing, if being a Aries right now, you are under the scrutiny of any ongoing government investigation, lawsuit related problems, you have to be protective, because this is going to make things very troublesome for you. So those who are in the line of fire, they have to be very careful. Let's say for example, you're already living in a foreign land and there has been some, like you are a part of any resistance group, any protest or anything which is on the borderline of the law. So you have to be very careful, very protective. There might be some disruption, some discomfort, inconveniences which you might experience being on the travel as well. Health is already a concern. So for the Aries Lagna, my strict advice to them is do as much as of the charity or donation during this time. See, many people also say this thing because Mars represents your muscle, your energy, exhaustion, exertion of the energy. So take out time for the workouts, if it is possible for you, if your health allows and you are in any case going through any of the yoga and vulnerability of the accident, if the ongoing dasha of yours is making you vulnerable for that, so the voluntary blood donation will also be recommended. So yes friends, for the Aries Lagna, it is going to be the time of high expenses, disruption in the travel, in the smooth flow of the life. See friends, I am not seeing much of the supportive sign over here, so I do not want to sugarcoat something. I'm not a motivational speaker. It has got more to do with the caution, alert, and safeguarding your defense, more than expecting something good out of it. Because even if something good will come out, it will come out after a lot of sacrifice, battlefield, confrontation. So not a smooth transit at all for the Aries Lagna. The only good thing of this transit is that your third house is getting empowered. If being a Aries Lagna, right now you are in the Jupiter Mahadasha, you are in the Jupiter Antardasha. So this fourth aspect of the planet Mars is in any case empowering your third house, which is going to be a very supportive sign. From over here, Mars is going to be giving its straight aspect to your sixth house. So again, for getting rid of any enemies or like being able to see through your enemies and people who are your critics, so you'll be able to look at them very clearly. Nothing is going to be happening behind your back, or like you will not be put in the dark of what is happening around you. You will have a clarity of which all people are your well-wisher and which all are like snakes plotting things behind you or trying to harm you. So for getting rid of any debts, coming up with a plan to manage your debts, it is going to be a good transit. The straight impact on your sixth house. And the eighth aspect, friends, is going to be impacting your seventh house. So in the matters of the relationship, in the matters of the joint partnership, you have to be very, very careful. So yes, friends, that is all what I can say for the Aries Lagna. All the attributes, wheresoever the ascendant lord goes, our whole attention and focus goes in that area, in that domain. So your whole focus for the next 1.5 months is going in the domain of the 12th house. Foreign land, travels, meditation, spirituality, out of the body experience, astral experience. So yes, all what I can say is that do the charity, do the donation, do the japa, do the meditation. That becomes very important. Now friends, when we talk about the Taurus natives, so friends, for the Taurus natives, like Mars becomes your like 7th lord, it becomes your 12th lord, and now it is going to be transiting in your 11th house. To an extent, friends, the 11th house transit, whether from the ascendant, from the moon sign, is generally considered as good. So it comes with a mixture of the impact. See, when we talk about these kind of malefic planets, their impact is never considered as very good for the living signification. So I mean to say, amongst your like friend circle, with your elder sibling, or even in the profit sharing model, there might be some disruption, some argument, confrontation, which the Taurus Lagna native might experience, just because Mars is your 7th lord as well. So this could be a case that, like, with the partner, again, there's nothing wrong. It's just like that partner is like very ambitious, or your partner might have his own path, own goals, own career hierarchy and goals to focus, which might be coming in the way or causing a disruption in the smooth flow of the relationship. So, and again friends, in your case, if your line of work or your income is connected with the domain of this, like any interest in the oil, in the mining, in casino, liquor, manpower management, or firework, or arms, ammunition. If your business model, your income is connected with these domain, like you are a realtor, construction, some people are in the demolition business as well, those people can still get benefited. 11th house somehow fulfills the wish for certain people, friends, because for the Taurus Lagna, Venus will, like when it will transit to your first house, your ascendant lord will get empowered in the first house, and the 7th lord is in the 11th house. For certain people, this might also create the yoga of the, like, some sort of alliance, successful alliance as well. But again, the malefic planets will never lose out on their innate nature, their temperament, their personality. So that means things will work out, things will finalize, but with lot of resistance, protest, confrontation, debate, argument, hard work. So be prepared for that. But compared to many other ascendants, for the Taurus Lagna, it still holds, like your confidence, your bravery, slightly audacity, because there is an influence of the Rahu in the 10th house, influence of Saturn. So not only in pure terms bravery, slightly audacity as well, it will reap result as well. So time of elevation, enhancement, and your confidence, willpower will give you the kind of growth or platform which you have been seeking. The way we say this thing, that sometimes what happens is that even if you are an outlaw in the eyes of many other people, they're like those people who want that kind of rebelliousness, because they know how it can be utilized in the right direction, right? So I guess that is the only reason many military, many countries also hire the mercenaries from other countries as well, to put forth their energy, their aggression for the right cause. That is what I'm trying to say. So kind of a mixed impact with flavors of positive and negative for the Taurus Lagna with this transit of Mars in their 11th house. Friends, from over here, Mars is going to be giving its 4th aspect to your 2nd house. Jupiter is already over there. So very, very good news for the reinforcement or like gains in your income, flow of the income. Mars is going to be giving its straight aspect to your 5th house, friends. So Taurus Lagna during this time are going to be very protective of their children, of their partner. Sense of possessiveness is going to be there. And again, friends, 5th house is also connected with the athletics, with the sporting events as well. So many Taurus Lagna natives, if they are scheduled for any performance, they will perform very well. And the 8th aspect is going to be looking at your 6th house. It is very good for defeating any of the opposition. Now friends, when we talk about the Gemini Lagna natives, so friends, for the Gemini Lagna natives, Mars is going to be transiting to your 10th house. Lot of the disruption, friends, which this transit or entry of Mars in your 10th house will bring in your career. So friends, see, I'm sure that when we talk about the air signs like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they are like the peacemaker, right? They want to resolve things through dialogue, through diplomacy. But this is not going to be the time when just the usage of the speech or tactfulness will help. I mean to say, there's going to be a lot of the disruption with the bosses or like conflicting interest which you will experience during this time. So whatsoever job has been assigned to you, whatever you do as a part of your line of work, don't expect like acceptability. This is going to be the time when there's going to be a lot of the objection, question mark, obstruction which you might have to experience. And again, friends, let's say for example, if you are in a line of work, like you are in a demolition business or you are in the mining business, you are working as a lawyer, it might be slightly beneficial time for them. But yes, friends, 10th house is something which represents our public image. Your public image is going to be going through lot of the scrutiny. So charity, donation, remedies is going to be very much recommended. See, in your case, friends, Mars happened to be your 6th lord and it happened to be your 11th lord. So the same planet going there in the 10th house, it might be good for performing well in any of the competitive kind of situation. But at work front, there's going to be a lot of the politics, people switching loyalty, these kind of things will happen in your 10th house, in your career front. Friends, from over here, Mars is going to be giving its fourth aspect to your ascendant. Jupiter is already transiting over there. It will definitely empower you. I'm sure that sometimes, we need that nudge. That is what they have been saying, that in many countries what happened, like just because the whole West sanctioned Russia, it actually helped them become more independent, right? So sometimes these kind of disruption which it happens, it has something good in store for us as well. So regarding that, the fourth aspect, had Jupiter been not there, I would have said this thing that it can actually make you injury prone, but rather the fourth aspect of the planet Mars protect you. So regarding that, it is a good sign. Mars is going to be giving its straight aspect to your fourth house, friends. So in the fourth house, when you have two malefic planets, Mars and Saturn, giving its aspect, so yes, in the domestic life, like a lot of the heated energy, pressure, which you will experience in the domestic life. Sometimes what happen, you by yourself are contented, but just because it's the judgment, opinions of the society, which impact your domestic peace. So don't get yourself affected because of the judgment, opinion of people around you. And friends, from over here, Mars is going to be giving its eighth aspect to your fifth house. So yes, friends, especially if you are like pregnant right now, or like even in the romantic matters, relationship related matters, lot of the disruption, like competing with each other, comparing yourself with each other, that kind of energy is going to be there. So yes, friends, for the Gemini, I would say that yes, don't expect free flow or smooth execution of events at work. Expect some disruption. It all comes down to how you utilize that in your advantage, in your favor. Now friends, when we talk about the Cancer natives, so friends, for the Cancer natives, Mars is a very important planet for you. Mars is your Yogkara planet. The best part for the Cancer Lagna native right now is that finally Mars is out of your 8th house. I always say this thing, that whenever Mars is in the 8th house, Mars is in the first house, it holds this capacity to give the bodily harm, to give a wound, give an injury, right? So at least that vulnerability is going to be over now once Mars will leave your 8th house. And again friends, Mars, Saturn, briefly with Sun, briefly with Mercury conjunction in the 9th house creates a lot of the disruption, right? When we talk about our belief system, our relationship with the authority figures, Guru Tulya people, or this could be your relationship with the father as well. It goes through a lot of the disruption, like where we caution our belief system. And yes, because 9th house also represents the divine blessing, divine protection. This is the house of the luck. Your 9th lord is already transiting in the 12th house. So I mean to say friends, during this time, I will not recommend Cancer Lagna natives to take some random decision, especially connected to your work, connected to your public life, connected to your academics or your education. Refrain from taking any abrupt decision. Like the way friends, I always say this thing, the impact of the malefic planets is never considered as good for the living signification. So your relationship with the father, your relationship with the teachers or the Guru Tulya people, over there you have to like follow proper restraint. Don't get into any straight argument with these people. And when we talk about, like let's say for example, if you are in a line of work, like let's say for example, because 9th house is something which inspires us, right? We look forward to, like whenever like life is going difficult, we go to the temple, we listen to the different preachers who give us the wisdom how to sail through the difficulties of the life. So regarding that, it is a good time, right? Because there is a combination of the trine houses, Kendra Bhava. So regarding that, it is good, like especially when we talk about penance, meditation, releasing a book, or acquisition of the knowledge, or seeking that divine protection. Regarding that, it is good. The spiritual aspect of this transit is still good for you. But when we talk about the realistic, material, real life signification, like for example long distance travel, visa, immigration related concern, so over there might be disruption, like the way sometimes you go for an interview, you go for any work, things happen in a very smooth in first attempt, and in certain times you have to work hard towards it. So that is what I'm trying to say. So mixed kind of impact for the Cancer Lagna. My recommendation, refrain from taking any abrupt decision in your work, and don't take any decision completely relying on the luck. Now friends, from over here, Mars is going to be giving its fourth aspect to this Jupiter in the 12th house, which is a good sign for the divine protection, especially people who have that spiritual mindset, like penance, pilgrimage. It is supportive sign for that. Mars is going to be giving its straight aspect to your third house, friends. So when we talk about, like, there might be many people will find or feel themselves very empowered. See, Cancer is not a sign of disruption, being an outlaw or like a rebel. So Cancer does not have that reputation. But during this time, because third house represents your capacity to take initiative, right? Your courage, your valor, your bravery. So during this time, Cancer native are going to be more than brave, audacious. They will not get affected by what other people are thinking about them. They will have that courage to take the chance. So it is actually empowering you. And the eighth aspect of the planet Mars is going to be impacting your fourth house. So yes, some sort of disruption in the domestic peace can be expected with this entry of Mars in your ninth house. Now friends, when we talk about the Leo Lagna natives, for the Leo Lagna, one after another, all the testing times are coming for them, and this is going to be the peak of it. Again friends, I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't want to sugarcoat it. The month of April until the mid of May, I mean to say purely on the timelines of the planet Mars, this is going to be the extreme test and trial for the Leo Lagna, which is going to be impacting their domestic life, which is going to be impacting their public image, which is going to be impacting their health as well. So for the many Leo Lagna natives, this is actually going to be the time of like where you will be forced, like, you know, for any change of the place. This could be a case that some departmental investigation inquiry happened, or your bosses were not very satisfied, very happy with your performance, and you got postponed or transferred to some other department, some other organization, change in residence, some sort of disruption. So that kind of energy is going to be there with this entry of the Mars in your 8th house. I always say this thing, friends, Mars has got this reputation of giving bodily harm or injury. So let's say, for example, if you're also going through a dasha which is making you injury prone, accident prone, my serious recommendation to do the voluntary blood donation. Now I cannot just say this thing that go and get a body tattoo or get a needle acupuncture session. That is up to you, but you need to do some remedy when Mars is going to be transiting from your 8th house. This could be as simple as that, donating the red lentils or feeding the monkeys. So some sort of charity donation is required, especially if you are running a time which is making you some sort of vulnerable towards lawsuit, investigation, some sort of injury, surgery, accident. Some sort of charity donation is very strictly recommended for the Leo Lagna natives. And again friends, this is actually going to be the time, God forbid, even if something happens where like you are being framed. So rather than going head on to defend yourself, try to opt for the diplomatic route, because when you have Ketu in your 1st house, Saturn, Mars in the 8th house, no one is going to believe your version of story. So much better opt for the diplomatic route right now and wait for wind to settle in your favor. That is what I'm trying to say. So yes friends, and some sort of disruption in the joint resources. Luck is going to be playing hide and seek for you. So those people who are connected with occult or anything connected with mining and all, slightly beneficial time for them. But for most of the people, for the Leo Lagna, this is actually going to be the time of the disruption. Do your japa, do your remedies. It's very strictly recommended. Friends, from over here, Mars is going to be giving its aspect to your 11th house. So amidst all that disruption, it will actually give you some hope, and Mars will safeguard your ambition. So still there is a possibility, if you're not running a vulnerable dasha, amidst all that disruption and chaos, something positive can still churn out, because Jupiter is already there and Mars is going to be empowering it. Mars is going to be giving its straight aspect to your 2nd house. See friends, when you have two malefic planets giving their aspect to the 2nd house, it somehow contaminates our speech. It spoils our relationship with the immediate family. So over there you have to be very careful. And lastly friends, Mars is going to be giving its 8th aspect to your 3rd house as well. So which is a very transformative energy, and if utilized well, it will actually give you the power and the determination to sail through any difficulties of the life. Now friends, when we talk about the Virgo natives, so friends, for the Virgo natives, Mars is going to be entering in your 7th house. See friends, Mars is going to be getting conjunct with Saturn over here, briefly getting conjunct with Sun, with Mercury over here. Now Mars in your case is not a very good planet for you, and even the transit of the Mars from the 7th house is not considered as very good, because see, 7th house does not only tell about our marital relationship, our business partnership, but Mars also tells about the daily random public encounters as well, right? And we don't want to run into the hot-headed people every time when we are like traveling or we are going for our grocery shopping, because 7th house hold this capacity. So friends, and see, the thing is, whatever Saturn is right now working for you in terms of your long-term asset building, long-term credibility building, so Mars is going to be creating a disruption over there. So I mean to say friends, yeah, when we say that some sort of disruption in the smooth flow of the events, people who get into any of the, like, you know, random provocation which gotten into some sort of dispute, so this is giving indication of that. You already have Rahu there in the 6th house. Rahu loves to masquerade and create problems in our daily life as well. So I mean to say friends, during this time you have to be very careful. The impact of the malefic planets is never considered as good for the living signification. So that means during this time, your chart, just purely looking at your chart, I can also see that the health of the partner is also getting negatively impacted as well. No matter how bad or good things go, this is not a right time, because wind is not sailing in your favor, in your direction, to think in the lines of severing the ties, going your own way, or disrupting or breaking any business partnership, because I'm sure the entry of the Mars over here will create those kind of circumstances. It will instill those kind of thoughts in your mind, but you don't have to act on them, because this could be a temporary thing which Mars is going to be triggering in your 7th house. So friends, and see, briefly it is going to be beneficial for those people who are in the demolition business, who are in the mining business, who are in the construction business, in the business of like arms, ammunition and all. So those people can slightly get benefited. Now friends, from over here, Mars is going to be giving its like 4th aspect to your 10th house. Jupiter is already transiting over there. The way I mentioned this thing, this combination is not just the pure combination of the bravery, it has the flavors of being a rebel, being an outlaw. That means slight audacity. See, because in your case, Mars is your 3rd lord as well, right? There's no scarcity of the energy which you have right now. It's just like that it is going through a lot of the disruption. And again, I mentioned this thing that the energy of the Pisces has got nothing to do with the consolidation. It has to do with the release, right? So I mean to say, there is possibility of changes in your business portfolio, in your work life as well. And this 4th aspect of the planet Mars to this Jupiter in the 10th house, somehow, and this could work in your favor as well, like where you will get the right support of your bosses as well. The straight aspect of the planet Mars is going to be impacting your 1st house. You have 2 malefic planets looking at your 1st house. Now again friends, over here the thing is, the aspect is coming from the opposite house, right? So when we have those public encounters, sudden random provocation which get into escalation and all, so refrain from getting provoked by other people's negativity, other people's provocation, because I'm sure that other people around you or even the strange random people will try to provoke you. So you don't have to get into or be a part of their drama. Mars has got that reputation of giving the injury or the bodily harm. So just protect your head area, friends. That will become very important. Also, the reproductive area is going to be prone towards some injury as well. There's a high possibility of that. See, Mars and Saturn, if you will see that even in the birth chart, those who have Mars-Saturn conjunction in that house and the connected body part, you will have some sort of birthmark. It is a tried and tested kind of thing. So just be very mindful of your head area, the reproductive private area. Be very careful over there. And the 8th aspect of the planet Mars is going to be influencing your 2nd house. So the speech could be a little bit harsh, some sort of confrontation, argument within the immediate family. So be mentally prepared for that. So yes friends, for the Virgo Lagna, it has got more to do with the caution. It has got more to do with the care. Now friends, when we talk about the Libra natives. So friends, for the Libra natives, Mars is going to be transiting in your 6th house. So again friends, you pick up any classic, any good book of astrology, Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra, or this could be the Brihad Jatakam. In most of the books, the way it has been explained that the transit of the Mars, whether from the ascendant, from the moon sign, 3rd house, 6th house, 11th house is considered as good. The only concern is that you have to imbibe the true flavors and nature of that planet. So Mars in itself is a planet of confidence, courage, bravery. And this conjunction of Mars and Saturn in your 6th house, that in itself means that if, let's say for example, you have to give any competitive performance, write any competitive exam, things will work in your favor. You are in a demolition business, you are in a mining business, or you are working as a lawyer, as a law enforcer, things will work in your favor. Like let's say for example, even if you have any court case, any lawsuit, investigation, hearing, so high possibility that things will work out in your favor. There's a strong possibility of that. See friends, 6th house also represents our daily life. 6th house also represents our health, our defense, our immunity, right? So I mean to say, there is a energy of the Pisces which has to do with the release. So all what I can say friends, that charity donation is very important. If you have any of the surgery, any medical procedure scheduled in this duration, things will work out in your favor. See friends, when we talk about the living signification, I always say this thing that the transit of the malefic planets, especially Mars and Saturn, is never considered as good for the living relation, living people, right? So from the 6th house, we see our pets. There could be some injury, some harm to your pets. There might be some confrontation with your maternal relatives, your maternal uncle, your maternal aunts, or there might be some issue in dealing with your teammates, your juniors, your subordinates. But again friends, what this transit is demanding of is strict abidement or following law. So let's say for example, if some mistake happened by your junior, by your subordinates, so you cannot just be forgiving or you cannot be too subservient. This is the time which demands you to be very strict, to be working with that authoritarian mindset. Then only these planets will give you the result. Again friends, let me be very clear with you. You have to understand how the law of karma and the nature works. Sometimes, I was listening to this story by one of the priests in one of the preaching. He says this thing that when the COVID came, there were like this nurse, she was looking after all the COVID patients and she was doing it as a part of her job. And she never got the COVID virus on her own, even while treating them. But there was one patient, she got emotionally attached and she started feeling the pain of that person. After that person, she also got the COVID and she died. I mean to say, sometimes you have to be, Mars represents us to be cold, slightly ruthless, especially when it comes down to following the law, rules and regulation. So I mean to say, this is the time when you have to be strict. You have to be disciplined in all aspects of your life. Because if you will not do that, someone else's fault will come to you and that energy of harm, loss will bother you. So if something goes wrong, you have to take a stand. That is what I'm trying to say. And yes friends, when we talk about any of the concerns of the loan, credit, whether you have to come up with a financial plan to manage your mortgage, debt, credit, so Mars will actually help you, support you over there. So again, for the Libra Lagna, there is going to be some sort of disruption in your daily life where, like, let's say for example, you have that reputation of being a smooth talker at work, and suddenly people will see that rough, raw side of your personality. But this is what the planetary energy is demanding you to behave and perform like that, right? So yes, that is how it is going to be impacting the Libra Lagna natives. Friends, from over here, like Mars is going to be giving its 4th aspect to your 9th house, which is a very good sign. Like if you will abide by discipline, following the rules, regulation, your luck will get enhanced. Any work related travel will prove out to be very much in your favor. Mars is going to be giving its straight aspect to your 12th house. So let's say, for example, any foreign travel, any hospital visit, any examination, treatment will work out as per your plan. Mars is going to be giving its 8th aspect to your first house. So friends, the thing is, Libra is not only receiving the aspect of the planet Mars, but also receiving the aspect of the planet Jupiter as well. So not to worry about it. Otherwise, I would have said that, like, protect your head area and all, but just because Jupiter is also giving its aspect, not to worry much about it. Again, it is empowering you. Like, your capabilities, your aura, your persona will be trusted by people around you. Now friends, when we talk about the Scorpions, so friends, for the Scorpions, Mars happen to be your ascendant lord, and it is going to be now transiting in your 5th house. So friends, when we talk about the transit of the planet Mars from the 5th house, no matter it is your ascendant lord, but it is not considered as good as the 3rd house, 6th house, 11th house transit of the planet Mars. And again, just because over here Mars is going to be meeting planet Saturn over there as well. So that means lot of the disruption which will happen in your 5th house. Again friends, 5th house is very important house even in the Prashna Kundli. When we talk about the recovery of the things, when we talk about the activation of the Pur Punya. Now just because Saturn is over here, so I mean to say you have to guard yourself from the negative thinking. Like those thoughts of disruption. And again, here I'm not talking about that disruption will happen on its own. It's just like that you by yourself acting like a bull and picking up fight with people, like thinking in the lines of, like, let me break up in my relationship, let me put down my papers in this job, or like unnecessary asking for trouble. So with those kind of mindset and thought, you have to protect yourself. This is not a time for thinking in the lines of breakup in any specific area of your life, because again, 5th house represents our mind, our thought process. So mind is going to be overwhelmed by these thoughts of severing the ties, breakup, coming out of any joint alliance, collaboration. So refrain or guard yourself from those thoughts. The impact of the malefic planets like Mars and Saturn is never considered as good for the living signification. From the 5th house, we see our partner, like our girlfriend, boyfriend, our children. So there might be some issues with these people in this brief period of transit of Mars in your 5th house. Now friends, when we talk about the beneficial side of this transit, so again friends, the way I mentioned this thing, it is actually going to be making you an outlaw. Determination, willpower is going to be very high. All the sporting events, athletic performance we generally see from the 5th house. Again, when we talk about people who are like a pioneer, right, and all those people who are working like what is happening right now in the world, and soldier, like the foot soldier, just follow the instruction given to him by the top hierarchy. And let's say, for example, you are working in that general rank, in the top military warfare or problem solving, law enforcement, investigating authorities. You are in the top notch. So your mind will be able to take the right decision, which is going to be, like we say that as per the karma theory, something which is very much required right now. It might be very harsh, but it is required, right? That is what happened in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Mahabharata as well, right? Arjuna has to take that stance of killing his own relatives because the dharma was aligned in that direction. So that is what Scorpio Lagna natives might have to act like that. When we talk about any major financial decision, friends, so yeah, not a very good energy for taking any reckless speculative risk. Not at all a supportive energy for that. So friends, from over here, when we talk about the additional aspect of the planet Mars, from over here Mars is going to be giving its 4th aspect to the Jupiter in your 8th house. It will actually trigger energy, especially for those who are aligned towards devotion, penance, sadhana, spirituality. Very supportive time. Mars is going to be giving its straight aspect to your 11th house. So it will actually make you like a very ambitious, very go-getter, like, where people are willing to fight for their share, for their profit. So that kind of determination, willpower will come. And the 8th aspect of the planet Mars is going to be giving its aspect to your 12th house. So some sort of disruption, discomfort while being on the travel. Now friends, when we talk about the Sagittarius Lagna natives, so friends, for the Sagittarius Lagna natives, Mars is a very important planet for you. And Mars is going to be transiting now in your 4th house. So See friends, this is actually going to be slightly tumultuous energy because Mars is never considered as very supportive from the water houses, right? And its conjunction with the planet Saturn over there as well. So a lot of disruption can be anticipated during this time in your domestic life. Again friends, it is going to be beneficial for those people. Let's say for example, you are in a demolition business, you are a face of any protest, any resistance group, slightly beneficial for them. But in most of the way friends, when we talk about Mars and Saturn, malefic planets are never considered as good for the good health of the living signification of that house. That means there might be some health concern of the mother as well, some sort of issues within the in the living environment. See, second house tells about your immediate family, but not all of us are living with our joint family, right? So the place where you live, like in the living environment, there might be some disruption, like this might be issue with the neighbor, with your roommate, with the family member. So even the living environment, some sort of like, sometimes I've seen like Mars and Ketu combination in the older times. I remember in India, those people in whose case pressure cooker blast or cylinder blast used to happen, that is Mars and Ketu. Mars and Saturn represents like, you know, some sort of breakdown in the house, like, you know, some issue in the toilet, some issue in the kitchen, some wall like, you know, got broken down, some issue, some part of the wall fell. So that kind of some demolition in the house, some breakage in the house, slight possibility of that. So friends, if I were to say Mars is your 12th lord, Mars is your 5th lord, in this alignment in the 4th house, it is slightly beneficial for those people who are in the demolition business, law enforcer, in the construction, manpower management, building material, mining kind of business. It is only slightly beneficial for them. But when we talk about in the living environment, expect lot of the disruption. Doing remedies will become very important in your house. If you can just take this vow that during this transit every Tuesday I will do the Hanumanji Sundarkand, I will recite the Hanuman Bahuk. It will be very beneficial for you. Friends, from over here, Mars is going to be giving its 4th aspect to the Jupiter in the 7th house, which is a very supportive sign. It will empower you, and the partner, your spouse, will act as a source of strength, pillar of support during this time. Mars is going to be giving its aspect to your 10th house, very supportive energy. Mars, Saturn are giving their aspect to your 10th house, so that means it will empower you at work front. You will be surprised from where the motivation and the drive will come. And the 8th aspect of the planet Mars is going to be influencing your 11th house. It might disrupt you, your relationship with your friends, but when we talk about, like, you know, being very confrontational, being very straightforward for your profit, for your gains, it is beneficial time. Friends, when we talk about the Capricorn, so friends, for the Capricorn natives, Mars is your 4th lord, Mars is your like 11th lord, and it is going to be transiting in your 3rd house. So friends, the transit of the Mars, whether from the moon sign or the ascendant sign in the 3rd house, 6th house, 11th house, is considered as very good. So when we talk about that drive, that ambition which will come, it will work in your favor. So let's say for example, even if you will, like many people will have that awakened sense of ambition, that heightened sense of confidence, willpower in your capabilities, in your skill. Many long awaited projects will move very rapidly, with a rapid pace during this time when Mars is going to be transiting from your 3rd house. Again friends, like the way I always say, the influence of these two malefic planets is never considered as very good when we talk about our relationship with the living signification of that house. That means some sort of issues with the younger siblings, with the neighbor, with the friends could happen, but not something which is not in your favor. So even if some argument happens, some disruption happens, some confrontation happens, it is meant for your good. It is in your advantage. So don't overthink on that. That is the first thing. And along with that friends, let's say for example, you are a freelance person, self-employed person, anything connected with journalism, mass media, you are a lawyer, you are a face of any resistance, any protest, so things will work in your favor. Again friends, we cannot overlook this fact that Mars is your 11th lord as well, right? So you need to show that confidence that other people can trust on your capabilities. And again, Mars Saturn combination is not only the combination of the bravery, sometimes it can actually make someone very audacious as well, like where people will be suddenly surprised and taken aback by your confidence, your assertiveness. So don't let your energy, your fire get calmed down, cooled down because of the judgment and opinion of people around you. For certain people, this could be a sudden disruption in your living environment as well, like suddenly being transferred to a new place, suddenly moving to a new location, slight possibility of that as well. And the travel and the short journeys will materialize in a very sudden kind of way, like you have not even planned and suddenly your boss, your friends make a plan and now you have to take a short trip. So all that kind of energy is going to be there with this entry of Mars in your third house. Now friends, from over here, Mars is going to be giving its aspect to your sixth house. It will empower you and the energies will safeguard your interest. A supportive energy to come up with a plan to manage your debt, your credit, for any of the medical procedure, in any of the competitive situation, stars will support you. Whatever wisdom Jupiter is instilling in you, Mars will empower it. From over here, Mars is going to be giving its straight aspect to your ninth house. Some sort of disruption when we talk about your faith, your belief system, or any of the visa, immigration related concern. But again, nothing to be worried about. It is going to be in your advantage, in your favor only. And friends, the eighth aspect of the planet Mars is going to be impacting your 10th house. The way I mentioned this thing, people will be taken aback by your confidence, your assertiveness, your capacity to show the courage, and even for whatsoever you strongly believe, you might not have any restraint, any cover to offend other people just because you know that what is right for me, or to call out anything which is going wrong. So this is what the Mars Saturn, a typical combination. See, Mars and Sun is all about obedience, like a soldier, and Mars and Saturn is a typical combination. Mars and Rahu is a typical combination of being audacious, being an outlaw, and disruption, but in your favor because third house transit of Mars is good and conjunction with your ascendant lord in the third house is good. Now friends, when we talk about the Aquarius natives, so friends, for the Aquarius natives, Mars happened to be your 10th lord. It happened to be your third lord. So in terms of the house ownership, Mars has got a say over some very good houses, like where it is seen as a significator, karak of these houses. But it is transiting in a house where its placement is not considered as very supportive. See, the good part is that because Mars is making a combination with your ascendant lord, but that comes with a cost. So see, to begin with, when we talk about if your income, your business is connected with demolition business, with construction, building material, mining, oil, arms, ammunition, might be beneficial time for those people. The combination of the two malefic planets like Mars and Saturn is never considered as very good when we talk about the living signification. That means some sort of argument, disruption with your relationship with your immediate family members. Speech could be slightly harsh. Where we say Mars and Rahu are responsible for lying. Mars and Saturn are responsible for rebelling. So this could be a case that these days, okay, there used to be the time when we used to talk on any topic for the information, because we did not have AI, internet. I come from that age and era, right? I'm not young like you, 18, 20, that ever since you are you have come to your senses, you have internet all around you. I mean to say, before, when we used to talk with people, and if there is an expert sitting in front of me, I want to get the information from him, right? But these days, because of the AI and internet, we have the information. So now there is less of the information, more of the opinions. Everyone has their own opinion. That is the only reason I never debate on any political topic, because everyone is very hardened with their belief, with their opinions. So I mean to say, don't get into debate with people, because this is not like a combination which is making you harsh. It is actually making you that second house is our values, and Aquarians, they feel very deeply about the society. So too much of the debate argument going wrong. Oh, he offended me, I believe in this, he questioned my faith, he questioned my belief system, he questioned my loyalty. So those things can happen. So much better avoid trouble. Don't initiate any debate, any discussion on a topic which is very extreme, which is very confrontational. When we talk about friends, your eating habits, so refrain from overindulgence, especially to like spicy food, too much alcohol, smoking. Refrain from that. It is not very healthy for you right now, especially with this transit. Rahu in the first house is a chief instigator of catching up the virus of infection. So yeah, be very mindful of your eating habits. But again friends, the kind of role which Mars plays for you, it has got a mix of the result. I will not say that it is very harmful, very bad, vulnerable for you, and nor it is very good for you. So with proper restraint, and if you are running some favorable supportive dasha, good results in moderation can be expected, only if you will not like compromise or behave like an outlaw. So demonstrate restraint and good results can be anticipated. Any of the negotiation in your financial portfolio, any negotiation of your financial package and all, you will get the good deal. There's a high possibility of that. See, Mars gives us that fire, that drive, that motivation, right? So it will put you in the right direction, especially when we talk about your financial interest. From over here, Mars is going to be giving its aspect to your 5th house. It will empower Jupiter, your 5th house. See, Aquarians right now are filled with too much of the knowledge and the wisdom. Jupiter in the 5th house make you very intellectual, philosophical, wise. Rahu in itself is very worldly planet. So yeah, this combination is working in your favor. Jupiter is triggering some very supportive energy. The aspect of the planet Mars to this Jupiter in the 5th house will trigger this. It will reinforce this in your favor. The straight aspect of the planet Mars is going to be influencing your 8th house again. Like, don't be like too of an outlaw when it comes down to your own self-interest, especially where the joint resources and finances are involved. And lastly friends, the 8th aspect of the planet Mars is going to be influencing your 9th house. So we say some sort of transformative energy in your value, in your belief system. Now friends, when we talk about last for the Pisces Lagna natives, so friends, for the Pisces Lagna natives, Mars is going to be transiting in your 1st house. To begin with friends, it is still not that healthy, supportive, but much better from the earlier erstwhile transit of the planet Mars, because Mars-Rahu combination in the 12th house is never considered as good. So I mean to say, count your blessing if it did not entangle you into some fake allegation, false allegation, some behind the scene politics and all. So count your blessing. Now friends, Mars is a very beneficial planet for you. It is your 9th lord, right? It is your 2nd lord. Now it is going to be transiting in your 1st house. So when we talk about the good and bad, so friends, beyond any doubt, Mars is known for giving us the bodily harm, injury mark. So if you're running a dasha which is making you injury prone, do the remedies, especially when we talk about the health. The best mantra connected with the Mars and the Lord Hanuman is the Hanuman Bahuk. If you cannot recite it, listen to it. Even Hanuman Chalisa is going to be very much recommended. Along with that friends, there is possibility of some good news when we talk about, because of the support of the luck, many long awaited things can progress during this time. When we talk about friends, this combination of Mars and Saturn, briefly with Mercury and Sun, there's too much of the contradictory force happening in your 1st house. I mean to say, in any of the group setting, when you have this kind of energy looming in your 1st house, right, that means not everyone is able to handle your energy. So that means you do not have to caution yourself. This could be a case that your energy is reverberating on this level and other people are on a much lower level. So you don't have to lower down yourself, tone down yourself just to match with the frequency of other people. Second thing is that friends, injury thing we have already discussed, health vulnerability we have already discussed. Apart from that, when we talk about the financial aspect, some travels, success in the visa, immigration related concern, it is very supportive for that. Mars and Saturn conjunction friends in the 1st house, some people will have that injury like pimples, blister marks during this time. My recommendation to the Pisces Lagna, if it is possible for you, voluntary blood donation will be very supportive for you. In your kitchen area, in your living environment, the fire, electricity, electronic items, be very careful around them. Generally all these fire incident happens when we have Mars and Saturn influencing the first house and the fourth house. Along with that friends, if you are in any of the building material, construction material, demolition business, construction, mining business, slightly beneficial time for you. And from over here, Mars is going to be giving its fourth aspect to your fourth house, where Jupiter is already transiting over there. So again, it will empower the planet Jupiter. Whatever your ascendant lord Jupiter is right now doing in your fourth house, Mars will empower it. Now friends, from over here, Mars is going to be giving its straight aspect to your seventh house. So again friends, there's nothing wrong or there is no flaw in your partner. It's just like that you by yourself are going through too much energy is going on, too much is going on in your head, and just don't try to get into that fault finding mode in your marriage, in your partnership, because there's a high possibility that this disruption which is going to be happening in your first house, it will take you, the fault finding will go opposite to you, like trying to find the flaws and rebelling from the smooth flow of your relationship with other people. Primarily I'm talking about the marriage, so refrain from over there. And the eighth aspect of the planet Mars is going to be influencing your eighth house, some sort of transformative energy in your joint resources. Those who are already working in the field of like research, investigation, occult, those people can actually make up or like have some good deal or some profits in this period of time when Mars is transiting from your first house. So yes friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.